Hi, my name is Dr. April Megginson, and I'm so excited to be named BSU's recipient of the Blended Course of Distinction Award for 2019. So today I'm just going to very briefly show you my course and some of the fun things that we did in this course. This is a graduate level course that covers ethical and legal issues for the school counselor. It is one of the first courses that students typically take. As a hybrid course, we meet in person and online, so my course is really set up to help students know where the heck they should be and what they should be doing. I typically only allow for 2 weeks to be shown at a time, so the student will know what we're doing this week, what they're responsible for next week, and then any of the previous weeks. Everything else will be kind of hidden from view for them. So every week I'll move, once week 1 is over, I'll move that down, move week 2 up, and then open up week 3 to be viewed. Week 1 kind of shows the students this week will be meeting in person. You will need to read these chapters before class meets, and I have all the additional reading. This was an activity that we did in class. I try to make sure that any of the activities and many of the assignments are applicable to what their work will be like when they are school counselors, and producing infographics or producing newsletters with information is something that they're going to be having to do a lot. My online weeks tend to be very similar. I try to make sure that students have a real idea of how much time they're going to have to be spending doing all of these different things. So they'll be reading, there'll always be a journal, there'll be a discussion board, and then they'll also have to work on their portfolio, which is a final assignment, as well as complete a quiz over the reading from both the in-person and online week. So for instance, this journal entry is asking them to be more aware of their online presence and what does that mean professionally and personally, and how there could be some stuff out there that you don't want. I have rubrics for all of my assignments so that students have a really good grasp on what it is that I'm looking for, as well as what they're going to need to do in order to get the grade that they would like. So for this particular assignment, I'm looking at ideas, analysis and reflection, and structure. For my discussion boards, I typically put them in small groups. This was a class of 16, so I had 4 groups of 4. In each of the discussions, they were given an ethical case dilemma or an ethical case scenario where they had to walk through a different ethical decision-making model, walk through each step. I really enjoyed doing it like that because what ends up happening is all of them have different ideas on how to solve this problem, and most of the ways that they did that were both ethical and legal, so that's great. So there's a lot of different answers to this question. However, there are a few no-nos, and so it's interesting for the students to see other people's thought processes and how they go through that. So I'm going to talk about 2 different assignments. The first assignment is the professional portfolio. Students were given time each week to develop their own portfolio. I enjoy using the Blackboard portfolio because it is connected to their Blackboard account, not necessarily this course. Therefore, they can continue to have this and reference it throughout their time and their journey here as a graduate student. So there were 5 different sections that they needed to have, and they were working on that. Like we saw, week 2 was professional organizations. Then they had mine to look through so they could kind of figure out what it needed to look like. This breaks down what I was looking for in each section. Again, like I said, all of my assignments have rubrics, and it goes through each section individually and how many points were assigned to those sections. Another assignment that I really liked was the Choose Your Own Adventure game. In the past, I'd had students just present on an ethical case scenario, and that was really boring. I changed it to have them create a Choose Your Own Adventure game. Most of them used Google Forms, but I gave them a whole bunch of different software and applications that they could possibly use. This assignment went over really well. It was really exciting. The students were able to take that ethical case scenario and plot out all the different kinds of decisions that you could possibly make and what would be the consequences or the outcomes of those decisions. That is a brief snapshot of my course. I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much.